Hello, this is Sally Wiener Grotta. One of the great opportunities I've had with my American Hands narrative portrait project was when I had the honor of spending some time on the Navajo Nation, meeting, photographing, and learning from master traditional rug weavers. My entire experience would not have been anywhere as enlightening and expansive if it weren't for Timothy Benally of Sage Hill Bed and Breakfast, who guided me around the reservation and introduced me to folks like Louise Sal. Rug making has long been a key component of Navajo or Diné society, culture, and economy. While men built and hunted, as well as created the looms and tools for weaving, women owned the churro sheep, whose wool is used for the rugs. And it is said that by the sheep, the women hold the land. They hold the land, not own it. And that was almost their undoing. The U.S. government set out to eradicate the churro, and by the 1990s, fewer than 700 sheep were left. Since then, a concerted effort to restore the breed and the Diné way of life they anchor has increased the sheep's numbers, but the churro is still considered a rare and highly desirable breed, with only about 5,000 registered sheep. So Louise Sal is rightly proud of her sizable flock. Under the churro's thick, resilient overcoat is a deep, soft fleece, which is washed and then carded. Here Louise is carding fleece to untangle and further clean it. At the same time, carding gets all the fibers straight, aligned to each other. Then comes the spinning. Navajo spindles are pivoted on the ground by rolling them against your thigh, while at the same time making sure that the wool that is feeding into the spindle is smooth and uniform, with no bumps. I tried it, and quite frankly, I still don't know how Louise did it so gracefully and efficiently, with less than 4 hands. Churro wool has natural color variations from black to brown to white. However, it is also dyed to create the vibrant reds, yellows, blues, and such that are evident in the beautiful rugs. The loom is quite simple, with the warp hung between 2 dowels. It is said to emulate the old-style looms that used to be hung from tree branches that were more or less parallel to the ground. A figure-8 warping is used that is deceptively straightforward, though it does require meticulous attention to how each line relates to the others, keeping everything parallel and even. The looms I saw were hung against an indoor wall in living rooms, bedrooms, and such. To weave, the women crouch at the base of the looms. It's really hard on their knees and backs. They roll the loom downward as the rug inches up the warp. Since the looms have no moving parts, everything is done by hand, using tools similar to those their ancestors used, such as wooden forks like this one made by John Joe. None of the weavers I met use patterns. Instead, they look at pictures of rugs they like and combine elements from disparate pieces into one design in their minds. You can see Ruby White's mental concentration as she weaves, keeping the details of her intricate yebiche rug in her mind. In essence, these weavers are mathematical geniuses, keeping every individual thread among the many in focus, knowing that this one needs to move 5 up in this direction, while another needs to go 10 in another direction, and so forth. The weaving is not only mentally challenging and physically demanding, it's also quite time-consuming. When I was visiting, Marilyn Patiamo, Ruby White's sister, was just finishing up a yebiche rug of about 6 by 8 feet, which had taken her a year to create. I watched her weave the last few inches, making sure she left a woolen gate or path within the weave so no spirit could be trapped in the rug. It was an exciting afternoon when she finally took it off the loom and edged it. I asked her what she was thinking. Her reply was, "The shoes I'll buy my children, and the roof repairs we'll be able to do." Unfortunately, the local trader will give her only a small fraction of what the rug will eventually fetch on the market. That's why Ruby and Marilyn asked me to tell you that people are welcome to buy directly from them and from other Navajo weavers, rather than pay for all the middlemen typically between them and you. Ruby, Marilyn, Louise, John Joe, and Timothy taught me so very much as I listened to their stories and watched them at work. Mostly I began to understand that while the weaving is an individual endeavor, it is part and parcel of the community, threads of tradition and economy that connect people to each other and to their heritage. I hope to return to the Navajo Nation and to have the privilege of spending more time photographing these remarkable artisans. American Hands is an ongoing project in which I am collecting and sharing the stories of traditional tradespeople like Ruby, Marilyn, Louise, and John Joe. I need your help to keep American Hands going, to allow me to share the pictures and stories through free to the public lectures and exhibits. All donations are tax deductible and administered by the New York Foundation for the Arts. Thank you to the various granting organizations and sponsors for your support of American Hands. I always welcome suggestions of new artisans to photograph, as well as venues for lectures and exhibits. To get in touch with me, as well as to make a tax-deductible donation, find out more about American Hands, and learn how you can get involved, please go to amhands.com. That's amhands.com. I'll look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.